So let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for anyone wanting to start on YouTube. How in the world do you find a good idea when it feels like everything's already been done? Well, today we're going to break down a formula for doing just that, one that's been decoded from new channels that are absolutely taking off. Right? This is the question that keeps people up at night. It seems like every great idea is saturated, and cutting through all that noise feels, well, impossible. But what if there was a repeatable, almost scientific way to find those hidden gems?
Okay, so this isn't just some theory I pulled out of thin air. An analyst named Stefan Miro basically did all the heavy lifting for us. He spent a ton of time just watching and studying brand new channels that were seeing insane growth. And he was looking for the patterns, the secret sauce.
And this is where it gets really good. What he found was that their success wasn't just luck. It actually boiled down to three very specific, repeatable patterns. Think of them as three strategies you can actually use as a framework to find your own high-potential channel idea. Let's get into them. Now, before we hit the first pattern, there's a really important piece of context here. A lot of these channels that are growing so fast have one thing in common that makes them super accessible for anyone to start. They're what you'd call faceless AI channels.
And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. The creator is never on camera. The content is built using things like stock footage, AI-generated images, and AI voiceovers. This just massively lowers the barrier to entry, right? And it's in this exact space where the patterns we're about to cover are really, really working. Okay, let's get to pattern number 1.
All right, pattern 1. This one might feel a little backward at first, but trust me, it is so powerful. The idea is to go narrow to go big. You find one tiny, super specific topic that's already a proven winner, and you build your entire channel around just that one thing. So here's how you do it. First, find a small, newish channel in a huge niche. Let's say something like homesteading. You scroll through their videos and you see that, hey, out of their 20 videos, 3 of them are about off-grid solar power. And those 3 videos have hundreds of thousands of views, while all their other videos are just kind of sitting there. That's it. That's your signal. The audience is practically yelling at you that they want more of that one specific thing. So you go and create a channel that is only about off-grid solar. You're not guessing. You're building on proven, existing demand. And this quote just nails the idea perfectly. You're searching for a weird spike in the data on a small channel. A couple of videos that just blow everything else out of the water is a huge clue that you've hit a nerve. You've found a pocket of intense interest that just isn't being served. Okay, let's look at the second pattern. This one is all about smart imitation. It's called the proven remix. And to be clear, this is not about stealing content. It's about borrowing a successful presentation style and using it somewhere totally new. The strategy here is to spot a really unique and effective visual format, and honestly, we're usually talking about the thumbnail style, that is just killing it in one niche. Then you basically lift that exact style and apply it to your own completely unrelated topic. It's a way to instantly stand out from the crowd. A perfect example of this is a channel called Truck Guide. So what they did was they saw this very specific thumbnail design, a certain font, a particular layout, that was doing incredibly well in niches that had nothing to do with cars. They copied that exact visual style for their videos about trucks. And because no one in the automotive niche had ever seen that style before, people were immediately curious and started clicking. And the results of this? Absolutely insane. Just by remixing a visual style, their second video ever, blew up and got over 1 million views. It's just proof that sometimes it's not only what you talk about, but how you package it that really matters. Okay, on to our third and final pattern. This one is all about what I'd call strategic empathy. It's about looking past the obvious topics and finding specific groups of people, audiences whose unique worries and interests are being completely ignored. You're not just making random content, you're solving a real need for an overlooked group. You know, the thinking here is pretty simple. Instead of targeting a broad topic like finance, you target an audience like people who are worried about the economy. Instead of a channel on travel, you create one for older viewers who are interested in local history. You find a hungry audience and you become their #1 source. This quote comes from the analysis of a channel called The Coin Lab, and it just gets to the emotional core of this whole strategy. That channel tapped directly into the widespread fear people have about economic instability. By speaking directly to that specific, really powerful emotion, they found a super engaged, motivated audience.
And you see this pattern everywhere once you start looking for it. You've got the Coin Lab for people worried about the economy. You have channels like Beyond the Map for older viewers who are fascinated by forgotten towns. Then there's Pro Farm Profits for a super specific professional audience. Each one is serving a distinct group that wasn't getting the content they wanted. And hey, serving these specific audiences can be very, very profitable. The amount of money you make per 1,000 views, what's called the RPM, can change dramatically. A finance channel that targets economic anxiety could see an RPM of over $10. A farming channel might be a bit lower. The point is, when you choose your audience, you're also choosing your business model. So after all that, what's the big takeaway for you? Well, these 3 patterns aren't just cool stories. They're a practical toolkit. They're 3 different lenses you can now use to look at the YouTube landscape and find your opening. So let's just recap them real quick. 1. The viral subniche. Find a tiny signal that's already working and build your whole channel on it. 2. The proven remix. Take a winning visual style and apply it to a new topic to stand out. And 3. The untapped audience. Find a specific group and speak directly to their needs and fears.
So now the real question is, which of these patterns jumps out at you? Which one are you going to use to go out and find your own hidden, untapped niche? The opportunity is definitely there, and now you've got a map to find it.